Good morning and welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Glad you could join me here today as always. And it's another cloudy, cool day in St. Louis, Missouri today. I hope it's warm wherever you are because I don't like cold weather. I love the Caribbean, the breeze, the sun. If the breeze stopped blowing in the Caribbean, it would be hot as hell. But there's that constant trade winds. I think they're called the trade winds, the constant breeze that just, it makes it perfect down there. I'm dreaming of being on an island at the very moment. I love the Caribbean. Aruba is a beautiful island. I've been there twice. San Andreas, which is off of Colombia, is part of Colombia. That's another beautiful island. The Bahamas, that's okay. It's too commercialized for me. But Aruba, I like. Okay, enough of that. Smash that like button now and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you to my existing subscribers. Who would I be talking to if you weren't listening? My phone, probably, or my camera, whatever I happen to be speaking on. Today's topic is going to be masculinity and femininity. I'm not quite sure how to go about this, but I was reading something today, a book from Thomas Troward, which is like written back in 1902. And the masculine impregnates the feminine. Okay, obviously men get women pregnant. Okay, but the masculine actually does much more than that. When you are in a relationship with a woman, you impregnate your woman, not just physically with the sperm, but you impregnate her with who you are, with what you are, with your ideas, your fears, your hopes, your dreams, everything. You don't do it verbally, but you do it by being with her. The very essence of you impregnates her essence. So if you're strong, courageous, forthright, a mountain, immovable, guess what? You will impregnate her with these attitudes, these philosophies, let's say, your philosophies. Everything will be impregnated to her from you because of your essence. Like I said, it's not in a physical way, but the essence of who you are. Your woman will reflect back to you what you are. Not who you think you are, but what you really are. Be very, be very receptive of what your woman has to say to you, because she can only reflect back to you what you are and who you are and what you are doing to yourself. Excuse me. If your woman disrespects you, in the very least, look within yourself, because somewhere you have first disrespected yourself. She is a mirror to you. If you have a strong self-respect, a strong belief in yourself, then she will reflect that back to you. You will get no disrespect out of her. Let's say you met her, your self-respect is strong, you have a vision, you have a purpose, everything's going good, and like some men, you become complacent. I've done it many times. Many men have done it. It happens to the best of us. All of a sudden, you notice that she's not quite desiring you as she was when you first met her. She seems to be a little disrespectful, not as quick to do what you ask her to do. This is the beginning of a disrespect of yourself, a complacency within yourself. When this starts to happen, of course, you might check her on what she said. I would recommend that. But look within yourself and ask yourself how you impregnated her with this attitude. How did she receive this attitude from you? What is within you that has changed? What are you doing now, or what are you not doing now, that has impregnated her with this slight disrespect that is starting? And just like a seed that is planted takes time to grow, eventually it grows into a full-blown tree. And this disrespect, if allowed to grow within yourself, will continue to grow in her and become worse and worse. This is just reflecting back to you what you need to change. When you're okay on the inside, when you're being a masculine man on the inside, when you're leading, when you're doing all these things, you will not get disrespect from her because you're not impregnating her with it. You are the masculine. You are the leader. She will follow you. She will reflect back to you who you are, what you're doing, what you're becoming, what you are being. So don't always get angry at her. She's actually helping you out. I've experienced this many times. But like many of us, it wasn't until I looked back in retrospect, hindsight is 20/20, that I realized that she was actually telling me what I needed to hear. I'll give the example of my last girlfriend. I experienced a lot of disrespect and devaluation. Whose fault is that? It's mine. She just reflected back to me that I did not value myself enough, I did not respect myself enough, and I allowed things to be done to me because I had first done those things to myself. So what a gift that was. Although it did include some suffering and discomfort, it was one of the best things that ever happened to me. And as I look back, this was not the first time that this happened to me. I allowed this to happen before, but I didn't quite get the message, but this time I did. It's so easy to think it's them out there, that they're doing something to you, instead of looking within yourself, instead of taking inventory and asking yourself, what is it in me? Why is this coming back to me? It started within me. Why is it coming back to me from the person I love the most, or from the person I respect the most? Because you didn't first respect yourself the most. You must first respect yourself the most. Then other people will respect you back. It all begins within you, and it ends within you. You are the alpha and the omega of your world. You are the beginning and the end of, let's say in this case, disrespect. It began within you, and it can only end within you. And when it ends within you, guess what? It doesn't come back to you from out there, because it never started out there. It started right here. The men who are the very, very best with women, in picking girls up, in long-term relationships, have a belief inside themselves that they are that they are the best, that they are the best at LTRs, that they are the best at picking up girls, that they are the best at whatever they do. Have you ever seen someone? I have a son, Frank. The guy is good at whatever he does. He's excellent. Do you understand why? I'll give you an example. Like when he was skateboarding, he would go to the skateboard park, which is about a block from here. He would spend all day up there. He would come home skinned up, bruised up. Dad, I think I broke this, etc., etc. Because he was there all day. He put in the time. He became obsessed with it. He became focused with it. And you too, if you want to be good at something, if you have that desire, become obsessed with it to the exclusion of all other things. And only allow other things in your life, only permit other things in your life that are congruent with the goals that you have. If it takes you the opposite way, if it's not contributing to your goal, then it's detracting, it's taken away, it's subtracting from your goal. Think about everything you do during the day. You either have success habits or failure habits. You're either impregnating your wife with good, strong, solid values and respects and determination, whatever you have within yourself, or you are impregnating her with lesser qualities, things that you don't want her to be. But everything that she reflects back to you that you don't like began within you. She is just a reflection of you and who you are. It's so vitally important to remember that. Take the word blame out of your vocabulary, take a self-inventory, and you will realize that everyone in your life is just reflecting back to you who you believe you are, what you believe you are. That is the key to life. Everything is a reflection of you. The world just reflects back to you who and what you are. It all begins within you. I can't say that enough. It's coming back to you. Your world is within you. It's not out there. Where do you think you see something? Where do you think you're seeing me at this very moment? Oh, well, Mark, you're on the device that I'm watching you on. No, that is happening inside your head. It's all within here, subject to all the filters, experiences you've had in your life. That's why one person can watch me and think I'm the greatest speaker in the world. Somebody else watches me and thinks I'm an idiot. Same person, same message, but two different perceptions filtered through their life experiences. And you need to keep that in mind whenever you hear or see anything. If I annoy the shit out of you, there's something that I'm saying that you have within yourself that you don't want to look at. A truth that I'm speaking to you that you don't want to accept. It's true. And if there's something in me that you admire, you too have that ability and that quality within yourself. It works both ways. In, out, up, down, yin, yang. For every opposite, there is an exact, for every action, there's a reaction. There's always an equal and an opposite. Every up, there's a down. You get the message. So remember that. If you see something in someone that you admire, you have that ability within yourself. And if you see something in someone, I'll give you a good example. Grant Cardone. That guy just annoys the shit out of me. Not as much now as he used to. I bought his books, I listened to his stuff, but I realized there's something he's saying that I need to accept or do or be within myself that part of me doesn't want to accept. I need to look within myself. Take someone else's inventory about the things you don't like and the things you like about them, and then just put your name on them. You would be unable to see that in the other person or situation were it not first within you. Recently, I was involved with some people, and they were doing things that I did not like that annoyed the crap out of me. But what I realized was I did those very things many years ago. And maybe I hadn't forgiven myself for that yet. Because I understand now, after I worked through that they're no different than I was when I was their age. So how can I judge or condemn them? Everyone is where they are and they have to learn on their own, just as I did. You could have told me the things back when I was 21 or 22 that I know now. I probably wouldn't have listened to you because what I was doing was working. So it takes all of us time to get to a certain place. We have to accept other people where they are. You can only teach people what they're ready to accept. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear, is the old adage. So remember that. And you are your teacher. You are the teacher of your woman. But you don't teach her directly. She learns from who and what you are. So however she's acting, whatever she's doing, she's just reflecting back to you what you are. Is she cheating on you? How are you cheating yourself? That is a blatant form of disrespect. Are you allowing that? Where have you first disrespected yourself? We teach people how to treat us. We impregnate everyone around us. How we see them is how they will be to us. How we see ourselves is how they will be to us. That's all I have time for today. I hope that has been of some value to you. Contemplate on these things that I've told you. Take time to think. Most people don't think. They just regurgitate what they heard on the news, what they've seen on billboards, what they heard amongst their group of peers. They don't contemplate. They don't think about their life. Take time to think. It's a form of meditation. Meditate also. Just sit down and think about your life. Quiet your mind. Think about your life. Contemplate on where you are, how you got there, where you want to be, who you want to become, the things you want to have in your life. Think about them as if you already had them and experience how that would be, the consequences or the benefits of that. Take time to do this. It's a valuable practice and most people don't do it. But you're not most people or you wouldn't be here, all right? Hey, if you'd like to get my help personally, marksinspiration.com or send me an email and leave a comment in the comment section. If you'd like me to talk on something, I'll be glad to do it. Have a great day.